Hello and good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I like to say it's Transformation Tuesday here on Tuesdays, here on the Kanawha Valley Hustler podcast, or the Kanawha Valley Hustlers, because we are celebrating the hustlers, not just the hustle by itself. So it is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. Excited to come to you today. Earlier this week, you'll notice I wasn't here because we had our big event over at Recovery Grill, and that was a lot of fun, and I'll be posting up some stuff about that here in the coming few days. But right now, I want to hop right into our guest. I've got somebody very cool for you to talk to today. If you've got any questions, drop me a comment. Let me know. I'll ask live for you. Otherwise, feel free to drop me a comment anytime, and I can get questions to them. I've got Andrew Bair. He is an independent solar consultant, and he has got some really cool things to talk to us about. So, Andrew, without any further ado, what's your hustle, buddy?
Hey, I do solar. When I say I do solar, what I do is I try and get people to a position where they're not under any kind of threat for having their electricity shut down. Add a substantial savings for them is what we shoot for. So it was just earlier this month that Mark Christie, the commissioner of the FERC, was talking about threats to our grid, that we're taking plants down faster than we have to bring energy to the people. So if that sounds like a good thing while investing in your house, I'm the guy to talk to.
So I know solar has changed a lot over the years, and I know, it's not necessarily what people thought of it, 10, even 5 years ago. But is solar really, is it solar panels, are they really a viable option for residential homeowners? Or is it something more commercial? Is it like you would put it on the roof of like an office building? Where are we at with the state of solar?
Well, the state of solar is, if you own it, it's good. Um, it's good. What we're finding is, solar has changed over the years. The expected lifespan of these things is extraordinary. They're thinking that maybe after 25 years of having these things, there might be still a 92% efficiency rate on these
Wow.
newer ones that we have. So that's a big deal. And prices have come down as demand has gone up, and it's gonna go up really fast here. We're thinking there's only about a 2 to 3% or 3 to 4% acceptance out there in the market for solar, and most of that's down in the southwest part of the United States. So there's literally millions of people that could be benefiting from it. So you asked about, I think you asked about what the benefit is.
Yeah.
Well, the benefit is I pay for my solar rather than paying the utility company. So I'm putting money into my home equity. I'm not just throwing money down the drain every month.
So are there realistic scenarios where people are supplying all of their own energy and they're not relying on the power company at all anymore?
Yeah, there is some of that's rare in metropolitan areas because you still pay a hookup fee just to be on the grid. And if you live in town, you can't go off grid. That's just the way it is. But what we can do is in West Virginia, we're a net metering state. So what that means is in days like today, where it's beautiful outside and the day is long, you're producing more energy than what you'll use if you have your solar panels and if we do it right.
So,
And
and all that extra energy, is that being stored in batteries?
it could be. You could be charging batteries so that a couple of weeks ago the power went out in my neighborhood. I had no idea. I was just running off my batteries. Everyone else is suffering, but not me. So that does happen. But generally, in a net metering scenario, what that does is you get credit during the summer months, and then you withdraw your credit during the winter months, and you end up even. In West Virginia, they carry that over. So there is no true up. It just carries over. If you run a debit, then you have a small bill to pay. But what we try and do is we're trying to design a system that keeps you whole. So that's the effort. That's what we try and do. Now, you asked about battery backup, and that's important. If you don't have battery backup and the power grid goes down and you have solar, you go down with it. But if you have a battery that you've charged up, you'll continue to have power. So that's the importance of batteries.
Yeah, and
And
I
the
know
back,
you just mentioned, the power going out in your neighborhood, and we deal a lot with cyber crime and threats to cybersecurity and things like that. And I can tell you, one of the big genuine fears is the electric grid. Do you think that's overblown, or is that a legitimate fear, concern people should have about their power?
well, here's what I know. Do know that last year, California had their brownouts. They started doing that, and I don't know, the commissioner of the FERC was saying we're not going to be able to produce the power that is to meet the demands right now or soon. So I do think there's a security issue. I do think that people have solar will be living in comfort while folks that don't may not be. I do
And
think that.
And I know that there's a lot more, there's a lot of discussion on electric cars. Now,
Mm.
those are starting to put a pretty significant strain on the grid, aren't they?
Yeah. So if you have solar and electric car, you have your own charger at home. If you're just using your electric car for about town, that costs that's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. That's a sweet deal.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal. So, tell me, what would if somebody was interested in getting solar for a residential house, just a regular house, in either in town or in the country, what would the process look like
Mm.
getting started and actually going through the process of having battery backup, being able to do the metering and everything with the power station? What would all that process look like?
Well, it would look like this. First of all, you'd have a conversation. I promise not to try and twist anyone's arm. We just want to see if this thing makes sense for you. And so you'd have a consultation with me, a discovery consultation maybe. And what I'd do is I'd take the information you give me and I'd take it back to the designers, and then I'd come back with a proposal. At that point in time, you'd know how much it costs for you and whether or not it makes sense. And if it made sense and you thought, yeah, I want to do this, then I would turn that over to a project manager who would work through uh, the um, the regulations and all the things that have to happen prior to installing. That takes a little while. Then we'd have local installers install, so it'd be local people working on your house. And then after that, then we'd have to get approval for it to be turned on. So another local inspector would do that. Um, After that, we switch it on. If you have a loan, that's when you start paying. Not there's no upfront costs, no down payment or anything like that. So we try and make it easy if you need financing. The other thing that we offer that most do not is a 30-year warranty on the inverters, on the work, on any roof penetrations, on the panels. Now, batteries, their life is 10 to 15 years, so those are not warranted for that long. But everything else has got a great warranty, I think.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I know, that's basically where most roofs are at. And now you work quite a bit with roofers, and you have some relationship with roofers, right? How do roofers feel about solar panels?
You know, I think if they follow the instructions, they'll be fine. I think that generally roofers do not like penetrations at all, so they're kind of shy. So we work with them and we help them and we'll back up their work, but they got to be able to demonstrate that they can do it. So we're very picky about what roofers we have. But yes, you're right to ask the question for sure, because we're going to warranty with their work for 30 years. And if it's not good, then
Right.
we'll ask them to come back out and help us with it.
Right, right. And I know you told me there's a pretty exciting opportunity with you guys too, as well. You have an ambassador program. Tell me about that.
Yeah, yeah. So if solar is not necessarily for you, but you just want a side hustle, I have a program that I can share with anybody who wants. If they provide me a lead that ends up in a sale, when those when that electricity is turned on from the solar panels, $1,000 would be coming to you. So every one, $1,000. Now that's not just a lead that doesn't work out. It's got to actually turn out to work. But there are people out there that are actually making money doing this. You think about it. You got.
I can imagine that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you know a lot of people, bringing up solar to them isn't a bad idea, right?
No, it's not, and it's good right now. I think that we're going to see a big bottleneck here pretty soon. People trying to get it. So if folks are looking to get ahead of the crowd, now's the time to do it, because I think there's a tidal wave of people wanting it soon.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, let me ask you, what's the easiest way for people to get a hold of you if they want to look into doing this for themselves?
Well, I have my website's down right now. I've been trying to fix it. So the best way is just my personal email right now. So that is ABAIRRN. That's 2 R's at Gmail. The other way is my phone number. And that is 509-431-0732.
Okay. And when you get that website up and running, you send it to me, and I'll add it into the description.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's perfect. Andrew, anything else you'd like to tell everybody about, or give?
No, I think this is the thing that's up and coming. I am with the group called Power, POWUR, and they're a national company. So I get great rates on the top manufacturers. I'm not married to any one manufacturer. I've got several, and also several different financing companies. So if financing is the way you need to go, we've got a solution for you. So
awesome. Andrew, hang on there for just a second. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to the folks and pop back on and wrap up with you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you all for watching today. I hope that you learned something. I'll make sure to put in the description Andrew's website and his phone number and his email address so that you can get a hold of him. It's very exciting, very easy to do. I can tell you the entry point's very simple. All you have to do is send him your address, and he'll put all that stuff in the computer, and it does all of its math and all of its magic, and he'll be able to tell you everything that you need to know about it and give you some cost estimates and everything else. So I would encourage you to do that, because solar is definitely not going anywhere. And in today's day, it is really a concern. The power grid is a legitimate concern. If you talk to anybody that knows anything about cybersecurity and infrastructure, you'll know that that's something to start looking into. So I think it's a great idea. Thank you so much for watching today. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I will make sure they get to Andrew, and he'll be able to answer those for you. Thank you for watching today. Hope that you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye.